Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again, and I'm headed on over to the Willow Glen tour meeting. And what's going to happen today? Let's see. Mike's going to talk about what is gone pending over the week, so we can talk about what houses have gone pending in Willow Glen, and then we're going to go ahead and turn it on over to Monica, and what she's going to do is she's going to talk about those listings that are brand new on the market that the agents are going to see today, so you get a little insight of what's new on the market in Willow Glen. And then I'm going to go over some statistics, and after the statistics we're going to turn it right back on over to Monica, and we're going to talk about the stuff that's not on yet. So if there's something out there that you just don't like and you're kind of waiting for that special house, maybe it's coming up during that segment. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to our channel. Have a great day.
All right, everybody, so let's get going. All right, so Dave has a quote up on the board. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that an airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Henry Ford. All right, so let's get going on what we have to do while we're here. Did I miss? Am I here? Oh, good. Just sometimes I forget. Okay, so let's look what's happened in the last week of real estate. Let's see. We had 11 sales, so we're getting back into a more normal sales pattern with 11 sales. Last week we had 14, and our count is starting to creep up. We had 94. That's the highest number we've had in over a year. So when we look at that, we know that our inventory is rising. Our sales are slowing. This is great information to give to your buyers and sellers because it does influence what they do. When we look at what's going on out here as far as sales, Westgate was our top end at $1,350,000. And Kring, Patio, Larkspur, Fairdale, which we all looked at, Cherry Grove, Deanza, Cherry Garden, Kirtner highlighted with 60 days. Bird Avenue, 1073 Bird, that was only 5 days, and then Sutro, 33 days in the market. We had a real healthy span of pricing once again, $619,000 all the way up to $1,305,000. Every week we have a very good cross-section of sales in the area, so that's good for us. If you have something on tour, would you please come around and line up down this side of the bar so that we can get you to talk about your properties?
Good morning. Hats off to everybody who made the Make-A-Wish thing. That is an amazing event year after year, so it's just great to see our group participating like that. I have 2130 Lee Avenue. It's a huge 18,000 square foot lot, and if anyone can help me market it, because once you get on this property on Lee, you can't hear anything, but we're finding that's our biggest strike against a property like that. So when you swing by on tour, if you got any suggestions on how to get people into this property, 2,400 square foot home, 4 bedroom, 2.5 baths, great bones, bonus room, the whole thing, and an 18,000 square foot lot. So we've been on market 7 days. We're not getting a lot of people through yet. Anybody got any ideas? I'm all ears. Looking forward to seeing you on tour.
Okay, we're marketing 1464 Georgetta Drive, and that's in the heartland of Willow Glen, right by walking distance of Bookson Elementary School. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, about 2,000 square feet of living space on a generous 8,500 square foot lot. It's got play areas for both adults and kids. We got a separate family room with a wet bar, and there's a big luxurious pool in the back for the kids. So come look at it and make it available for your clients. Thank you.
Okay, so this is not my thing by any means. I sell homes and I do not like public speaking. So anyhow,
you're in big trouble.
I'm good at sales, just not
We heckle
speaking.
first timers that don't like public speaking.
2867 Richland has been on the market about 22 days. I know the high end is kind of slowing down a little here in Willow Glen. It's been on the market It's been on the market a couple other times in the past. I'm going to sell this thing. I just need people to come through. The seller, he's really not too motivated on price, but I'm hoping if anyone has, you guys have comments, I can share that with him and say, we need to lower it. It was remodeled in the 1990s, so it's kind of has that 1990 look. But it's really nice yard. Nice lot, walking distance to Schallenberger. I'll take you 2 minutes, 3-car garage, a master suite, so I could keep going on when I stop. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Joe Wilson with Intera. So I have 1536 Mackey Avenue. It's listed for $675. It's by far the lowest priced home on tour today. In fact, it may be the lowest priced single family 4-bedroom home on market in Willow Glen. It's located over on the other side of Bird, over by the creek, off of Willow Glen Way. 4 bedrooms, including 2 masters, 3 full baths, really nice house. I'll warn you though, when you're driving down the street, don't exceed about 10 miles an hour because the city never got to fixing that street, and it's just like a roller coaster. So fair warning. Thank you.
We have 1164 Delmas Avenue, brand new construction, 3,900 square feet, 5 bedrooms, huge lot, nice big backyard, and yeah, we love some feedback. It just went on the market yesterday. Okay, thanks.
Great. Hi, how are you? We've just listed 1221 Glen Avenue. Some of you may have seen it when it was on the market about 6 weeks or so ago. Our client's under renovation. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 49 square feet with an office. It's got a detached 2-car garage. The lot's pretty good size, a little over 8,000 square feet, and it's prime Willow Glen. And yeah, so the best thing is he's remodeled it and he's kept the charm of the house, and then just done some modern upgrades. Okay, thank you. She did it. Yeah, she did it.
Okay, 1403 Richards. It's on the corner of Richards and Hicks. So the front door is on Hicks. It's a little bit confusing. When I first took the listing, it had a lot of wallpaper. It had ugly paint. It had not my favorite floor plan. Took off the wallpaper, got it painted, got it staged. Looks really nice. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You can walk to downtown Lincoln Avenue. Priced at $779,950. Please stop by.
Good morning, I'm Leslie Lang with Keller Williams Realty, and if you want a home that is going to welcome you and wrap its arms around you, 1610 Hicks Avenue is the place for you. It's a 2-1 bungalow that is really, just really warm and welcoming, hardwood floors throughout, and a back deck, about 1,000 square foot deck that's great for entertaining. Windows in, windows out. There's so much natural light. You can see everything, all your makeup and everything. So come on out to 1610 Hicks Avenue. Bring your buyers. It's priced to sell at $799. See you on tour. Thank you.
Yes, I have 7% left, so let's get on into our stats and talk about what was the average of what went pending for the week. And so we take that front page and we add it on up, and it adds up to 900,000. So just hanging on to the nines there. So 900,720 versus last year this week when we were at 877. So that's a little bit low in regards to where our average has been. And as I bring up that number now, we were averaging about 942 for the last quarter, or basically the last 12 weeks in regards to where we were for price. And if you take that and you figure it out, the differential between that 942 and 865, that is a 9% gain year over year. By the way, since we had MLS in, this is Area 10, and it is all of Area 10, not the tour part of Area 10. Sorry about that, guys, but luckily I always keep a spare power cord in my bag. All right, so just to kind of in review, I want to go backwards a little bit, right? So that was our average price, right? We're up about 9%. Let's go away from dollars and get into units. So of what sold, we saw on our front page that we were at 11. Back in 2011, we were at 11, and last year we did a little bit better because we sold 22. To show you the averages on that, in 2013, we averaged 16 for the last 12 weeks, and 21 last year, 17 back in 2011. We move away from units, we talk about the count of available homes, and you saw on the front sheet we're at 94. We were at 89 last year, but we were at 171 back in 2011, and as I just showed, we had just as many houses go pending back in 2011 as we did in 2013 or thereabouts. So don't be scared of 94 because it worked at 171, so it'll continue to work at 94. And when we look at our 12-week average, so you can see how much we've had for growth, we're at 77 for a 12-week average on that, versus last year we were at 82. So you can see how the numbers have been creeping up pretty quickly, because the 12-week average in 2002 we creeped a little bit slower because those numbers are a little bit closer together. And I've been running just like a 1-year average on it too, and that's sitting at 63. So if you just take the last 52 weeks, we're average about 63 homes on the market. So it'll be interesting to see when we start to normalize out what that number will be. So that's why I started tracking that. Days on market, we are ahead of pace of what we did in 2012. This week, it only took about 20 days to sell those homes. I think there was 11. And in 2012, it took 36 days. And if we look at the 12-week average, we're still ahead of pace of where we were last year as well, 28 versus 37. Now, just to kind of let you know what's going on countywide, I've got a lot of county stuff for you guys this week, more than just this one slide. But just to kind of let you know where we're at 1886, which was an increase of 3. And compared to last year, it's about a 31% increase in inventory of 2013 versus 2012, because back in 2012 we're at 1439. So we have that differential of 447 units. On our pendings, we are at 2,046, and last year we had more. We had 1,029 last year when we were at 3,075. By the way, that's up 9 units for the week. The percentage of what is under contract, now I always tote this as my favorite stat because it's something really easy to remember. We're at 51% when we take our Class 1 properties. A year ago we were at 64%, and I'm going to touch more on the percentage of what's under contract in the coming slides here. When we take the Class 2s, they're at 54%, and they were at 78. So what this is telling you is that there's more homes that are available for sale this year versus last year, and our inventory count is higher as well. So you got to make sure you price things right. And to kind of highlight some of those changes, the peak was back in April. So in April we saw the most in regards to percentage in contract, right? So here's April versus current, and when we look at this, we did it by area. And I've got some arrows on here. So area 5 is 25% differential, right, of what was available in April. 64% it was gobbled up, which meant only about a third of the time you could put an offer on a property in area 5. Area 6 has moved 31%, but back in April, only 20% of the time you put an offer on a house. So you can see how the inventory is actually going to be more of a normalization for us. So it's a really good thing, in my opinion. It's because it kind of puts a fair ground for both buyers and sellers. As we move on to our other areas, our own area 10 right here, we have a 25% differential, because back in April, 63% of the marketplace was under contract, and right now we're at 38. So when you're finding you're having less multiple offers, this is the statistic that tells you why. Right? So area 11 at 31% and area 12 at 28%. Now these numbers are in April, and I get asked a lot, especially with being a lender, does rates impact that, right? We all kind of know rates went up. So here's a chart, and this chart is brought to you by Freddie Mac. They do a weekly survey of the entire United States on basically that 417 and below loan amount, right? So this is the average of the rates, and they actually issue theirs on Thursday. So this is as of last week, we were at 4.4. You're gonna see that number increase for this week, by the way. And I drew a line right here, and the reason why I drew that line is so you can kind of see the valley, right? So you can see the low part. And the low part was in November, and then it dipped again right in that April, right before May. And remember, we went and had our hard point was in April in regards to that percentage in the contract. So as you saw, the rates kind of start to go down a little bit when we were in March and April. So that might have had some people get off the fence and go, hey, rates are incredibly low, we should go out and buy some places, right? So those were our low points. And then I wanted to kind of bring up some other statistics in regards to why the rates went higher, right? Back in May 9th, and then again on May 22nd, Ben Bernanke spoke, and he first started talking about tapering of the interest rates, right? Because we all know that they're buying mortgage-backed securities and treasury bills at the tune of $85 billion a month. And that's to help the economy, because the federal discount rate's already been at 0 since 2008. This is the third round of this trying to spur on the economy part, right? And so they want to exit that. And the reason why they want to exit that is because the economy is starting to get better. And it says, you know, almost all the Fed policymakers, because Ben Bernanke and his crew, right? There's people from all across the United States, right? They are broadly comfortable with the tentative plan sketched out by the chairman, Ben Bernanke, to taper its bond buying this year and end it by mid-2014, assuming job growth continues to pick up. Now, what they specifically said is that in prior meetings they were looking for a target unemployment rate of 6.5%. Now they've lowered that down to 6%. And I was watching CNBC this morning when I was working out, and so they were talking specifically about this, and they said, yeah, unemployment's starting to get better, but if you look at the average wage, it was better in 2000 than it is today. So even though we have less people unemployed now than we did in prior years, they're making less money than they did in the year 2000. So it's kind of a mix and a tough thing for the Fed to kind of balance those rates. But basically what this is telling you is that we've already seen our best rates, and they're probably not going to come back down anytime soon. So there's great information to share with your clients who said, oh, I think it's going to go back down to the mid to low 3s. Ain't going to happen, guys. And that's the reason why. So hopefully you like this information. You love to share it with clients. You can watch the video that we throw up onto YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. If you're not familiar with a computer, but you figure out that email thing on your phone or whatever, you can email me. My email address is coming up right now.
Chris, real quick, Chris has got a new company called Mainstream Real Estate. They just opened up in the Prune Yard. Congratulations. But you have an event tonight that you want to talk about, right?
Yes, we do. It's Thursday. It's called Thursday. It's every third Thursday of the month, where we just invite people over to network and have some wine and some food. And I see some familiar faces in here that have been to it. It's a really good time, a lot of fun, laughs, and welcome all of you over there today. Between 4 and 6 o'clock, I'll leave a flyer up there, and hope to see you all there.
Who has some new listings in Willow Glen they want to talk about? Susan.
You'll see this next week on Hill Park Drive, 2642 Hill Park, 849-950. Really, really nice house. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,478 square feet, 849. We'll see it next week.
I'm Greg with Intero Real Estate Services here in Willow Glen. I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath at Willow Glen Place. The Toll Brothers condominium is just up the street. We're going to be on at about 570. We should be on in about 2 weeks and have everything your buyers are looking for. So 386-2556. I'm Greg at Intero.
So there's a bidet there? That's what my
Thank you, Greg. Did I say another?
All right, on the market next week, brand new construction on Plummer Avenue, 3,740 square feet on a 9,400 square foot lot. So this one will accommodate a pool. Feedback on Markham has been that's my downside, the small backyard. This is going to correct that problem. Price is going to be $1,599,000. Great buy for a lot of square footage, brand new construction. We'll have flyers here if anybody wants them.
Great. Anybody else come on up and talk real quick? I'll just tell you that finally I can show Patio Avenue after this weekend. Everybody's moved out. And so if anybody wants to see 1730 Patio Avenue, which is $1,850,000, single level, come on and talk to me.
This is in Santa Clara. It's at 968.
Price reduction, it sounds like.
968
That might be the call.
968 Pereira Drive. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,733 square feet. It'll be going on the computer tomorrow, and it's only $799,000 for 1,700 square feet. Very nice home. No lockbox on it. It's about an 87-year-old man that lives there constantly. He's a widower.
Good information. Does anybody have anything they really need to talk about that's outside of the area that's a new listing that they feel is earth-shattering? Come on up here real quick. So we're only going to take about 5 minutes.
I don't know about earth-shattering, but it's in Cahill Park, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, about 1,650 square feet. It'll be on the MLS Friday. They do still have litigation going on. It'll be listed at, excuse me, 535.
Hey everyone, I have 6156 Cahalan. It's Cahalan Quiet up against the foothills, or looking at the foothills. 3.2, just under 1,600 square feet, priced at $698, staged, remodeled, looks great. It'll be open this weekend.
Great, thanks, Lynette.
Morning, Armando. I have a nice 2-bedroom, 1,500 square foot at 1275 Fruitdale. It does have a detached cottage. It is approximately 450 square feet. Come see it. It's right on the edge of Willow Glen.
How much for the cottage?
It rents for $1,000 a month.
And I've got 980 Dry Creek Road. That is the thing we were talking about. It's in Campbell zip code, but you only can find it if you search under Zone 14, which is Cambrian. It's $1,399,000. It's a 15,000 square foot lot, all remodeled, beautifully, professionally landscaped. Private security gates. Anybody else anything to say? We'll go on tour.
We have things to say.
Oh, Mike always has something.
Always something. All right, so we got a couple of tour sheets that were volunteered up. If anybody didn't get one, Dave, or you got them over there. Anything for the good of the order? Anybody got anything? Of course, I hit everybody up last week about if you want to sponsor in the Willow Glen High School football program, you can get a hold of me. We're going to do ads. You'll be able to be in print ads, and I'll also do the announcing, so I'll be announcing advertising sponsors. Anything else that's going on in the world of real estate we want to talk about? All right, so if you want to grab some food over here on your way out, find a friend, and we'll see you at the first house.